Hello, and welcome to my final World Cup group stage match, where I'm playing yurikamome of Japan A team. So yeah, expecting this to be a tough match because he's obviously, I think it's a strong player. We have some thinning, which is kind of expensive in Modify or Moneylender, which is tempting, which seems like it would be quite strong. Innovation potentially, if we get up to 6, could be pretty good. And scoring wise, could be like a inventor, try and play a bunch of inventors. That's often quite good. Potentially cities activate. I like the money lender. And then the 3 is probably silver. Hitting warehouse is interesting. See, warehouse is like nice if you find it turn 3, but if you find it turn 4, then it's pretty sad because it triggers a shuffle, which might be good if you've already bought, witch or something on turn 3, but it could be pretty bad. I think I like silver. Yeah, see that's a pretty good turn 3. Um, but that's obviously a best case scenario. Do I take an inventor or do I take a warehouse now? I should hit 5 next turn unless I bottom deck Moneylender. Yeah, I think it's probably a bit too early for inventor. I could take innovation, which I do think is pretty good, and then hopefully I hit 5 to be able to buy and play a witch. Yeah, I like innovation. First 5 will be witch. Second 5 maybe modify or hunting party. I think modify is quite good here. Especially with innovation. Yeah, so this is as I was hoping. I can play a witch here. I wonder about inventor. Still maybe a bit early because I'm quite over terminaled. Next turn, probably my witch and Moneylender are colliding, which is a bit sad. I don't hate just another silver. I could armory and put like Snake Witch on top. Although I don't really want to do that. Don't really want to have an armory. Yeah, I think just a silver is fine. I feel like this should be innovation. The other option would be scouting party. And this is surely just play witch. And Snake Witch, I guess, is better than nothing. Warehouse could be nice as well. I think I'll just take a Snake Witch, but I don't want to play it. Man, I wish I could stop hitting 4. I really need to get a modifier or a city. Viking scouting party, at least. I don't think anything else is valuable. Yeah, I don't want to keep Snake Witch because then I'll trigger a shuffle with Witch. I guess I take one. Pretty unfortunate not to find either of the estate or curse to discard, because now I'm not going to hit 5 again, am I? Which makes me think maybe I play Warehouse, but then I should have kept Snake Witch. I don't know. I think Innovation Inventor doesn't actually work very well as well, because the window where you gain, like if you invent an inventor, that's before this second part where cards cost 1 less. So I don't think the second inventor can gain you a 5 either. Yeah, I feel like I have to play Warehouse here. And probably a modify. I can just cantrip a curse, or I could turn curse into Snake Witch. Could be a city. Second Witch doesn't feel right. I think modify is more valuable. I'll take a Snake Witch. And probably Scouting Party. Like, I really don't want any of these cards in the shuffle particularly. I think I do keep Warehouse. Although, if I play Warehouse and modify Cantrip, then Witch will trigger a shuffle. Interesting. Yeah. It's slightly awkward, the Scouting Party having to do exactly 3. But I think that's right, isn't it? No. There's going to be... I feel like, yeah, I definitely want a city, because curses are probably going to empty soon. It would be nice to have it in the shuffle. And I assume I don't want to play it, because I've got Modify and Witch down there, both of which would be pretty sad to draw dead. I'm going to play Snake Witch first, just in case I find, like, Estate or Curse. But I actually don't really want them in deck at this point, with the curses about to be empty. I definitely feel behind here. But that might just be first player stuff. Like the second city is very nice. I'm a bit surprised by the armory. It does help if you find Inventor first, then you can armory for a 4, and that's okay anyway. And I guess you can put nice things on top. Yeah, I feel like they didn't notice that interaction between Inventor and Innovation. Ironic, isn't it? Because the Inventor should be innovative, of course. I think I want another modify. I've got a couple of silvers which would be nice to turn into cities, which I could then play immediately. Yeah, that's a clever way of doing it. Interesting question whether I'd trigger here. I kind of don't want to, but it would be very nice if I found a modify or something. So otherwise, what would I be doing? I can play Moneylender and silver, buy modify, and turn silver into city, which I do quite like the sound of. That way I get this city back in the shuffle. I can see the argument that modify might be a bit slow, and warehouse sifting past the junk is potentially better. But I don't know, I quite like them. Hunting party is an interesting one. Like, it does again help go past the junk, but it's drawing the same as activated cities, and it's obviously not a village. So I could put a couple of inventors in, and also scouting party, because I've got 2 modifiers down there. It's quite annoying. 2 modifiers which I don't know, some other cards, no cities, maybe a snake witch. So alternatively, no, I think I like that. I don't need those, and I can gain a couple of inventors. So I'll probably cantrip the curse and then reevaluate whether I want to turn silver into city. Yeah, their deck is really coming alive. Finding two inventors is obviously very nice together. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't really dislike any of my decisions. I think I hit 4 quite a few times early, which was a bit sad. And obviously, being player 2 when there's curses being given out, um, yeah, is not great. But I do think that the armories are a bit slow. I think if they take a city, they might be worried that I can then double activate them and get plus buy and then power like inventors or something. But it's not super likely. Um, Seems pretty safe to just take a hunting party here. I don't have that many gains, and I also don't really have much draw. But yeah, feels plausible that there could be a draw to win if they take a city here. I guess that's what they're trying to figure out. I think there's definitely no need for them to province. And then yeah, the only things that you want to buy would I guess be city or hunting party. Because yeah, like inventors you can gain mid-turn quite easily. Yeah, they do go for a city. I feel like I have to. I think I have to turn this into a city, but yeah, maybe just hoping that they somehow dud, which is not super likely. Not impossible that they got a lot of cards. If you got a few warehouses though, warehouse. Um, Taking an inventor just feels like it's gonna make it easier for them. So maybe I'd just take a warehouse. Or is it just the case that if they draw, it's going to be too easy for them anyway, and I should take an inventor, hoping that they dud? Sure. Yeah, this doesn't look like a dud. Yeah, not too much I could have really done about that. I don't feel. But my start now. Inherited rats, wow. That seems dangerous. We have a mass, which is pretty nice. Although it doesn't work with playing a rats. There's no reason to keep estate. But yeah, there will be a question, I guess, of whether to play rats. I think I'd be more likely to play it turn 2, possibly. Because turn 1, I would like to amass something. Not sure what. I definitely want to get to Vampire. Which makes me think maybe Galleria is okay. Forum is pretty good too. Nice early cycling. Old map as well. I think the voyage turns will be quite nice. A 5-2 would have been very nice, but not to be. Yeah, so it's definitely a mass because I don't want Anvil or Abundance. And I can amass twice, can't I? I think I can amass Forum and then amass again. So it could be Silk, could be old map, because I would quite like Voyage. Anvil is not unreasonable to gain a bunch of Silks. Also, it feels wrong to not click on Silk, but I am very tempted by these Voyage turns. And it's actually quite nice to bottom deck the Forum because I was thinking about not playing it anyway. So I can put the Vampire into the shuffle. They do decide to match me. Um, I assume I play rats here. It will reduce my hand size, but I think that's fine. I'll probably stop playing rats after this though, because um, trashing estate with rats is nice, but trashing copper with rats is less good because I'd probably rather have coppers in deck than rats. This could be a long match. Um, so I could take silk. I could take another vampire. I've got old map down there, so I'm gonna trigger that shuffle. I feel like 2 vampires is a good amount of vampires, but also silk is quite tempting. I could take like silk, anvil. Anvil not amazing, but it's okay. I guess it's quite similar to abundance, although obviously cheaper. Man. So if I take silk, would I take anvil with it, or would I take hamlet? I think I want a second vampire because I'm planning to play with voyage, and I feel like voyage is quite good with vampire. Um, that curse is a bit annoying. I guess it means I play the rats. And I guess free hamlet is good. Oh, it can't be bad. What else could I do? I could take like silk and a 3, and then vampire for the voyage. No, I think I'd rather vampire for like forum, I'm gonna say. So down there is vampire and forum, which is a bit unfortunate. So I think that means I play the rats. Um, yeah, I don't think we want to play this rat, and could be an anvil. I was kind of hoping to get to old map as well, so I could rotate past voyage, but alas, or even get the voyage, so I could have an extra turn, which would be nice too. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to play that rat, and I do think anvil is pretty good. Could just be more voyage, more forum. I meant. Could be silk. Yeah, I think I take silk. Um, there's a voyage down there which I would like to play. Equally, stopping here seems okay, and then I can bat the 2 coppers. If I draw and find voyage, then I'll only be able to trash 1. Although that seems okay. Man, that's pretty annoying. Yeah, I guess we just have to trash these 2. Maybe silver. I don't think I want a second anvil. I could get a silk. Silk seems okay. Whoops. I didn't want to play a copper. I always get done by that autoplay treasures thing. That went pretty well. Not too bothered about that. Arguably helpful. I didn't even think about rotating, but I don't think I would have wanted to. Maybe abundance. Probably a bit early for abundance. I could take a second Galleria and a silk. Gold isn't that bad here, although abundance is probably about as good and obviously cheaper. Trying to work out which order I play these cards. If I play Silk and Forum and trash 2 rats with bat, then that will trigger a shuffle. If I play Forum first, then potentially I have to discard something I don't really want to. So I could play Hamlet and then Forum and hopefully draw Voyage and 2 rats. Not sure how likely that is. They've started on the abundances, which I definitely agree with. Abundance goes quite nicely with Voyage to an extent. Like you can play them on your Voyage turn and not have to buy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play Hamlet then Forum and then see where we are. That's quite nice. So do I want to shuffle trigger or not? What's down there? I think there's a Galleria. Is that true? Or have I? No, Galleria is in the discard pile. To an extent, I don't really want my Forums to come up in my Voyage turn. But I do still want them in my shuffle. This Anvil is not doing much. So I could discard like Forum Anvil, play Voyage, play Silk. I think I quite like that. And not buy anything. Trash 2 rats. So Forum. Yeah, I guess Forum first. There's a bat down here, isn't there? Have I got 2 bats? Well, I just traded one, but yeah. So it would be quite nice to find that. So I can play old map and then hopefully bat. Yeah, don't rotate. Yeah, I need to stop here if I want to play bat. I'll probably anvil for abundance here. Could get a second abundance. Could be more silk. I don't think I particularly need more silk right now. Although it's, yeah, obviously a good card. I'm trying quite hard not to get tilted by this pace. Because it's like, I don't know, playing slowly and also asking for lots of undos is kind of the worst. Like, I don't mind if someone plays slowly. Well, I kind of mind, but you know, it is what it is. And if someone plays quickly and misclicks a few things and asks for undos, that's fine as well. Yeah, the combination annoys me a bit. So they trashed a silk with rats. Interesting. I guess they were low on village. And then bought silk. Vampire for silk. I guess I probably want to take the last silk. Which I won't get to do. Could be another abundance. Could be nothing if I want to save the coffer. Silver seems okay. I don't think I want another anvil. Hamlet is just like not really doing much because it's quite expensive to discard a card for the village. I think abundance is good. Doesn't really matter what I discard here because I think I'm just going to play abundance and vampire. For more abundance. I don't want to get an action because that's going to waste the abundance. I feel like the Odysseys are probably just going to stay on Voyage because Sunken Treasure is not that great. Distant Shore is actually okay. Man. Oh, that sucks. Hmm. The piles are getting a bit low. Still some effort to empty rats and abundance, of course. Am I frozen? I guess they're thinking about whether they want to gain an action to trigger abundance. Maybe they don't even have money in hand. They surely do though, because they played Forum. I'm sure they've got a copper in hand. Maybe they have a bat and they're thinking about interesting. Maybe discard abundance. I don't really want to discard any of these. This is quite annoying. Stopping here seems tempting. If I take 2 abundances, no, I think I want to keep playing. No, I don't think I want to keep playing. Could just be province. And abundance. Could be duchy. I don't know. The duchies get in the way to an extent, although we can filter past them with forum. I would like an abundance. So if I play rats, it will trigger the abundance, which might be a good thing, to be fair. Rat Strashing Silk seems quite nice. I have to work out whether I have a bat down there. I feel like there's just so much time between my turns that I'm just forgetting what's happening. Yeah, I do have 2 bats at the moment. That seems quite aggressive. They do have a Voyage turn, obviously, but... Oh, do they have Vampire? So they need Rat's Estate, which they do have. Yeah, I don't know. Like they felt ahead there, but yeah, maybe a bit of a risky end. So not the best start. This kingdom is a bit awkward. Although I will say that the 2/5 seems pretty strong. Trading post, probably border guard. There's like border guard patron, which I think is going to be the payload. So workshop seems pretty good. Falconer, obviously good if people are going to be getting patrons. But I think it has to be a trading post open rather than Falconer. I'm going to take this thinking time to go to the toilet. Yeah, so let's go border guard. I don't think Black Cat seems like super good here, because when they're in deck, they're pretty bad. Scoring, there's like Wild Hunt things you can do. Otherwise, Alliance potentially is okay, although the junk gets in the way quite a bit. Does it? It's a bit unfortunate to find only coppers. But I guess I'll take a patron. Next turn, hitting 2, probably. Could be 3. But either way, I think it'll be a border guard. Could be a workshop. Seems too early for a snowy. Although it's not terrible. Could be a snowy. Could be a border guard. Could be a workshop. Snowy might be nice in that we can, if we find patron with trading post together, we can bank the villager. Workshop obviously nice for getting border guards and patrons. I think we'll take a snowy. My trading post is allergic to estates at the moment. Oh, we have one. I think I like double border guard. More than patron at the moment. Next turn, Falconer, I think. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. I mean, it's 4 out of 16, 1 in 4 chance. That is nice. I think. Do I take a patron? Well, let me hit 5 again, which is nice. Second snow is not unreasonable. Border guard is fine. Yeah, I think patron. And more falconer. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm gonna bother with Wild Hunt here. The village is very awkward, so it's difficult to play a lot of Wild Hunts to build up the points. I wonder if I reveal 2 actions, which I think I'm definitely not going to do. But which of these? I think the horn first is good. Usually, I feel. Um, no, I don't think I need to do this. It's a bit awkward to trigger because if we want to put trading post on top, then we pick it up and we don't actually have anything to trash with it. So maybe we don't put it on top. I think we do trigger though. That worked out well, I think. I don't particularly want to gain a multi-type. So maybe Snowy Wild Hunt. Having just said that, I don't think I want Wild Hunt, but I think Wild Hunt is quite nice. I don't think I've ever seen this come up. I was just thinking about a scenario where you have Falconer, Black Cat, and a multi-type victory card, where you can use Falconer to like react to curse, which would be quite fun. So probably I gain Patron Border Guard. That feels correct. And could be more Wild Hunt. I guess because we've seen that they don't have Falconer, now would be a good time to pick up Falconer as well. Normally, I would not be taking Snowy in this kind of deck where you have a lot of like cantrip type things like Border Guard. But it is the only village, so needs must and all that. It's also quite awkward with Patron because you kind of have to know how many patrons you're going to play. In certain situations. Whereas normally it's, basically just a silver. I think I play Border Guard first. There's an argument for playing Wild Hunt first. If I think I'm likely to use a villager this turn anyway. I think I'm not. Um, so, I don't know what's down there. That would be really helpful to know. Man, that's going to be so difficult to figure out. It would be quite nice if there's coppers down there to get over the shuffle and play trading post. So that'll be... I mean, I've already got 4 actions in hand now, so at least 1 villager. Yeah, let's go with 1. And yeah, I think we put trading post in hand. Play 2 patrons and trash. I could trash copper silver. I could trash copper snowy, because I don't really want 2 snowies. And I'll take wild hunt. Oh, that's multi-type. I had forgotten that was multi-type. Gathering, such a fake type. I really need to try and take the lantern off them. What would I like? Potentially a black cat would be quite nice. And a patron. You kind of don't really want patron in hand. You prefer it in deck, but probably I want to bottom deck the trading post. And maybe take snowy hair. And now we have to guess how many villagers we want to spend. I think, yeah, I'm going to be playing 5 actions on it. And those actions will be Border Garden, 3 patrons. Falconer, 3 patrons. Falconer could be just gaining like silver, which is not terrible. And it could be province time. I don't think I want to alliance, even though it's more points. Like, it's a lot of junk. Although if I don't really need the silver to hit a number, so maybe I play Border Guard and try and get some coffers. Sure. I don't know how likely they are to have a black cat, Probably reasonably likely. Alliance is extra points. And I do have, Border Guard is good filtering. Maybe I just take Province Black Cat. That's quite nice that they didn't curse me there. Do I need the Black Cat? I think it's okay. And don't know what we take. Not another one. Maybe just this. No, I don't really want to take a state. I kind of didn't really want to take the Black Cat. I probably shouldn't have done that. But hey ho. So I know for a fact that Trading Post is on the bottom, which makes me think I should play Wild Hunt then Border Guard, because I don't really want to pick up the Trading Post. And with Patron, it kind of matters less the order in which you play your like draw and cantrips. Yeah, like I don't see any reason to take Trading Post. Like the Horn is nice, but them having the Lantern is not good, although they can gain it mid-turn quite easily. I guess that doesn't really matter which one I take. Would be nice to Alliance this turn. I wonder if I take a Snowy and play on. Seems okay. I don't need to spend that villager. Yeah, I'm getting cursed probably, but that's fine. And maybe Black Cat. Yeah, I should have known that they were going to do that. In fact, I don't know. If I do it in the other order, then they could gain Black Cat off their Falconers. But if I do it after I've let them draw with Black Cat, then they're pretty likely to have Falconer in hand. So maybe that was bad. I just took 2 curses. Could be worse. I don't know how they managed to stay concentrating for this long. Like, I'm really struggling. But I think a lot of their matches take this kind of length of time. So maybe they're just used to it. Interesting question. Is this bait to make me gain an estate and get cursed? No, I can gain estate. Probably Wild Hunt. I feel like I probably draw before I play Snowy. So if I take a Snowy, I've got currently 10. If I take a Snowy and then play the Snow, I'll only have one action left. And it's not super likely, maybe. So how many black cats have they played this shuffle? So they shuffle there, play 2 black cats, 3 black cats. I feel like they've still got a few. If I could get to 11, I could do Snowy Duchy, but then that would lose if they curse me twice. So gain Snowy, play Snowy. I kind of wish I'd spent an extra villager. I wasn't really anticipating this. What about Falconers? They've definitely seen 3 of them. So maybe I just take Patron and Alliance. Yeah. Kind of need estate, potentially. I think I should take it. Nice to see a black cat. Not sure I'm super likely to see another one. Would be nice to take the wild hunt points at some point. But I guess the game is likely over before that happens. I feel like they should probably they should probably spend their villager. I probably should have done that last turn. I'm not sure how likely it would be that I would win anyway, but tough. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was doing pretty well in that one. I think a couple of times I messed up and bought a black cat, which I didn't really need to. T-Mog seems nice. Sentinel seems pretty automatic. The question, I guess, is whether I open like T-Mog Sentinel or Sentinel Raise. Getting Tanuki would be quite nice. Especially if we somehow still have estates left, which is maybe not super likely. Scoring, there's like Tanuki Treasure Trove stuff, because the draw is not great. There is like draw to X, which is nice with Plaza, Tanuki, Blacksmith, kind of things. Armory Sentinel is kind of tempting, but it's like not very likely to. Well, it's reasonably likely to collide, which is not great. Let's go. Let's go T-Mog Sentinel. I'm really not sure about that. Nice to find Sentinel. Turn 3. Save does nothing here because I'm not shuffling next turn. Maybe a Town Crier. Would be nice to have access to that pile. And then this could be save an estate and take a raise or something. Wow, that's pretty nice to hit 5. Although I guess they did save. I do agree with the Tanuki. I think I'm pretty likely to hit 5 if I T-Mog into silver. And by pretty likely, I mean guaranteed, I think. Alas, no Sentinel. And I have no estate, so maybe Tanuki is not amazing. Although I can I can trash rays and silvers and things. I will definitely want one long term. So yeah, I'm playing Sentinel and probably buying a Plaza. Alternatively, I could play Tanuki and save Sentinel. But no, I don't think I like that particularly. They do rotate. I'll definitely want to pick up as many as I can. Which might not be that many. I think I'm always cantripping the Town Crier. This could be Plaza Blacksmith. I think I like that. I wonder about maybe transmogging Sentinel into Blacksmith. I do still definitely have like a few coppers left. But if we're playing draw to X, then I can get another raise to deal with those. And it's not very likely that I'm going to find something good to trash with Sentinel right away. As in, like this turn, the value of Sentinel I don't think is very high. Armory is also a possibility. So if I take Blacksmith, Plaza discards copper, I'll have a 4-card hand. So Blacksmith drawing up to 6 will draw me 3 cards, which is quite nice. And then I can potentially get even more Blacksmiths. Yeah, they do take Armory. I definitely see the value in Armory. It's quite terminally expensive, if that's a word, which it kind of is. So if I take this into Armory, my next turn is not producing, well, like this turn is not producing that much, is it? Unless I guess it depends what I draw off the top. I have 2 plazas, don't I? I think I'll go into... I think having the Blacksmiths is very important. Yeah, that's fine to draw that. So I could take silver off Crier, Tanuki copper into raise maybe, and buy a Blacksmith. I could also turn a silver into maybe a plaza or an armory and buy Blacksmith as well. Or I could just take coins. Yeah, I think I don't need the extra silver that badly. So let's go armory. Could think about saving copper just to make sure I find a plaza. So yeah, I'm happy to have the Blacksmith split, but now I need villagers and payload, which I think can come in the form of treasure trove. That feels good to me. I definitely wouldn't say no to Elder as well. I could Tanuki first. I don't really need Cryer that badly. Although the silver gaining is quite nice. Do they have 3? Yeah, they have 3 Cryers. So I only have 1 Cryer. I'm not going to need all these Blacksmiths for draw, so I can just cantrip 1. Yeah, Plaza on top. Blacksmith draw. Maybe just copper to raise. And I don't mind another armory. Treasure trove seems good to get now, though. Canal is not really doing anything. I don't need the canal. I'm pretty sure I don't use T-Mog this turn. And again, I don't need all the blacksmiths for draw, so I could cantrip one. I definitely want the last plaza. I think I just cantrip one of those. Could discard or could raise the copper. I think probably raise and then draw a blacksmith. Plaza on top. Or I could do that at the end of my turn. I would like to take Cry for silver. But maybe that's kind of minimal benefit. I think Plaza on top, then Blacksmith feels okay. Might as well. and Crier for silver. Yeah, I think I benefit from an elder. Could have considered canal, and then I can armory for elder, but I don't know. Doesn't seem super necessary. Armory's quite nice with shadow cards because you can play them immediately from the top of your deck. I think I would like a second Tanuki and a second treasure trove, and then start greening. This pace is actually killing me. So I don't think I use Teamwork this turn. I'm likely maybe like Tanukiing the silver into Tanuki first. And then potentially gain another trove. But I think second Tanuki is more important. I don't really need armory for anything. Except for that it would be nice to Tanuki into something. Maybe I take a silver, then draw with Blacksmith. And draw again. So I think I'm definitely raising a copper. Tanuki. Armor into Trove. It seems a bit slow. Maybe just Tanuki armor into gold. Save raised by province. So I could, in theory, quad with transmog into another Tanuki. But I don't think it's super likely. I'll probably go for it if they leave it, but I expect them to just double and then maybe even triple. And then I'll be in a pretty bad spot. Yeah, double I think is not very safe for them, but triple seems quite safe. Interesting. This was my play one though, wasn't it? So I can't take a tie. Well, a tie would be losing, assuming they can buy a province. But interesting. So I can turn treasure trove into duchy. Yeah, that's just not gonna be enough points. Because the most I can do is double province, double duchy. So yeah, I'm pretty cooked. I think it's worth taking the duchy now, even if it might get in the way a bit. It's a dubious undo, but yeah, that's very dubious. But hey ho. Yeah, I think we go into duchy and just see where the turn takes us. Is it worth keeping gold in hand? Probably. There's not much point keeping copper. I could raise again. I don't want to trash all of my golds. I think that might be my last one. That's another blacksmith down there, isn't it? So it's quite tempting to just leave that on top. Yeah, I think maybe I was just too worried about the blacksmiths, and the game is actually quicker than that because of Tanuki milling. Yeah, not going well. So not going to get a point or even half a point for UK here, which is, well, obviously was the goal. We have Apprentice Fortress, which seems very relevant. There's also pretty bad curse trashing, because that's also Apprentice. I don't think I open Fortress because I do need to be able to hit 5. But Conspirator seems tempting. Could be like Conspirator Ghost Town, which is quite good at hitting 5 once. I think guaranteed to hit 5 once. But no chance of double 5. So I could do Conspirator Silver. Which is, not super relevant. Like Palace is kind of pointless here. I'm realizing there's no plus buy unless you count continuous plus buy, which I kind of don't. So, yeah, going to be trying to, I guess, single colony. I think I like Conspirator Ghost Town more than Conspirator Silver. Would like to draw an estate here, so I can go 5-4. Not to be. I feel like Apprentice is first 5, although Kitsune is obviously very good as well. And I could buy Ghost Town this turn, or I could continue for Fortress. Just to trigger the shuffle. There's only one estate down there with the Apprentice, but reasonably likely to collide. would really like to find Apprentice. Probably, yeah. I think I agree with Kitsune. Man, that shuffle really sucks though. That's it, your Apprentice 4 coppers. So I could take Kitsune now and continue next turn. Or no, I don't think continuing now makes any sense. I could take Ghost Town, but that's kind of the same as continuing next turn, which is not amazing. But I wonder if I want to put another Apprentice in, because that one's going to miss the shuffle. Yeah. Oh well. We do find Apprentice Fortress. So down there is Fortress to Estates, I think. But I feel like we trashed the Fortress. Quite a nice turn. Could be Conspirator, could be Fortress. I feel like 2 Fortresses is kind of enough. But yeah, you really do want to find one. And given that it's single buy, I think I'm fine to, not add like too much payload. I'd rather add consistency. Probably trash Curse now. And pick up a Kitsune. Yeah, I like that. I'm liking the fact that I have 3 Fortresses and they don't have any. That is nice. I think they've taken a lot of Ghost Towns, which don't really do much. Probably good to just trash Estate here. I can't remember what's down there. Yeah. I don't want a silver, I don't think. A third Apprentice would be quite nice, because then I can start trashing more coppers as well. Second Kitsune also seems reasonable. Can I get 2 things? No, I'm just slightly short of money, because I could continue for Conspirator, but then I'd only have 4. Yeah, I think I like Kitsune. I would definitely like a third apprentice at some point, which I guess I need 11 to go like conspirator apprentice. Yeah, I think I just play the fortress, trash cars. Continue conspirator and take another apprentice. I'm quite tempted to start my turn with like continue plaza. Because this is pretty sad. And then at least I can play the plaza, the kitsune, and then the two conspirators, and hopefully draw into a fortress. The other option would be to trash conspirator or ghost town, but I don't particularly think I want to do that. I guess we trash one more fortress. I think we need to for the draw. And yeah, let's just trash a curse. Give out 2 curses. And another apprentice? It does seem like a lot of apprentices. Kitsune is not super valuable. I guess we can start adding silvers. Gold isn't crazy. But I do have a lot of money. Like I've almost forgot that I continued this turn. So I think an apprentice, and then I can colony quite reliably. Hopefully. I guess I can bank a coffer. I feel like I'd rather just draw on. How many conspirators do I have? 2. How many fortresses do I have? Plays a fortress. So there's one more down there. I don't really want to trigger that. Maybe shouldn't have discarded with Plaza. And I don't think I want a silver. At least not yet. Potentially continue Fortress at the start of this turn, although that will make it difficult for me to colony. Maybe not impossible with silvers from Kitsune. But yeah, I don't want to have to Apprentice and Apprentice for sure. I could trash Conspirator. It's not completely unreasonable. But it'd be nice to have another Fortress in deck anyway. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Given that they didn't colony. Yikes. Probably trash a Kitsune. Catacombs seems quite nice. Could take a distant lands as well. With the Ghost Town coming in, I feel like next turn is much more likely to kick off, and the extra Fortress in deck. I like Harsh Winter in general, but the kind of single gain kingdoms makes it pretty annoying to play around. Obviously, I'm benefiting here because the debt is on colony for Yuri every turn, and then assuming we can alternate, then yeah, I never have to take that. Yeah, definitely like much more interesting when there's multiple buys, but it's still fun. I still don't think I need a silver. Yeah, I'm hitting 13, trashing 2 coppers. So potentially, I can just gain 1 mid-turn next turn. Yeah, definitely much more important to not dud. I hadn't even realised there was debt on the silver bar. It's not terrible to take the debt. Like it's neutral this turn because I get the extra 2 coins. What am I looking at? 9, 11 at the moment. Probably trash a copper and spend a coffer. Um, that is not very good. I guess I can just province. And then I'll colony this turn. That's fine. I feel like they're just kind of in an impossible situation. Distant lands make sense. I want one. What a treat. And last game. Well, I don't want to frog the Necro, that's for sure. Enchantress seems good. What's the thinning? There isn't really thinning, which kind of sucks. Yeah, which makes Jester look slightly better than normal. Could be Enchantress Patron. They've got the 2/5, which is okay. The 5/2 is obviously a lot better because you can pursue on the 2. Maybe I just take Enchantress rather than pursue something. Maybe I should have pursued something. I guess C chart doesn't really do anything, but I don't want anything else. I guess I frog the Enchantress and pursue Enchantress. I guess it doesn't. I might as well pursue Sea Chart. Conclave is okay. Doesn't really do that much. The Patron doesn't do. I could just pursue Patron here. I think it would give me a... No, because that's only action phase. I think that used to work. Could be Daimyo already. But I would like to hit 5 before I start Daimyoing. So maybe just Sea Chart. I feel, yeah, it's got to be Jester, and then I can start adding Daimyo. Could be Sack if I'm banking on being lucky and getting Goat. But yeah, I think Jester first. I'm getting flooded with copper. And that's kind of annoying. Sea Chart seems okay for them. Something for the Daimyos to play if needed. Yeah, I felt might be Daimyo over second Jester. I should probably frog this, but I think I might play it because I'm not going to catch up if I'm just frogging stuff. I didn't realize I was pigged anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I could resign this one, but it feels a bit early. And on the small chance that I win this one, there's a small chance that it will matter. It's a very small chance that it's relevant to play on. I'll take that. Pursue. Is there a daimyo down there? Maybe. That wasn't. I feel like there's kind of nothing good down there. Might as well just, pursue through all of it. Maybe double C chop. Yeah, I think that's enough for me. Yeah, not ideal. I know it's going to be a difficult matchup. I don't know if I play my best. I can't think of anything that was like really bad thinking back on it. Yeah, maybe just trying to stay focused more when their turns are taking like 5 minutes. Because I definitely kept losing track of my deck, but I don't know. It's pretty difficult for me to stay thinking when they're just sat there. Yeah, like I feel like I was probably playing slow as well, but it's one of those where I feel like my coping mechanism for someone else playing slowly is to match their pace, because otherwise I just get even more frustrated. But yeah, I definitely don't benefit as much from playing slowly as someone who likes playing slowly. But yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.